Hi there. Now, what we're talking about today, and you might think this is a little gross, but after shtf, would you become a grave robber?
Okay, did you just totally get that from that conversation that we had that other day?
Yes, I
when
did.
When I mentioned that?
Yes, I did. The point is, in an shtf event worldwide, just say infestation, whether it's a virus or a zombie outbreak or whatever it is, survival is a key issue. Now, there's been grave robbers since the beginning of time, and they stole from the graves and stole the oil lamps, and they sold them to take care of their family.
Think about Dr. Frankenstein. He made, well, Frankenstein.
He made parts. But the point is, would you dig this grave up? This person here was 1869 to 1944. His wife was 1881 to 1927.
1881.
1881, sorry.
Yeah.
Think about it. Would you dig his body up to get the stones there? You know, even after, as they say, shtf happens, you're going to have those eccentric rich ones still hanging around. Those who have gotten the God complex and they're over this would be willing to give you money. Like this here, the king thing, would give you money for the stones that you would steal out of this here, off a dead person's fingers. Just think about the titanium metal, the fake lace. What about the boob jobs?
Hey,
how much money would they pay you as a collector?
Hey, just think about the stuff that's in caskets too. I don't know, like weed. Just saying.
Well, anything.
Yeah.
Now, my late son, rest his soul, he got buried with a 6-pack of Mountain Dew. He got buried with beer. He got buried with other things. Matter of fact, I think he got buried with a joint.
He did get married with a joint. I know who put it in there too.
The fact is that digging these graves up in an shtf event to survive means whether or not you can feed your family or not, would you be willing to go into a zombie-infested area to dig these remains up, to take a chance to dig something up in a virus-infected area where people has diseases and stuff? Would you be willing to do that to make sure you was able to take care of your children, your family, your clan? Because we will develop clans. We will develop communities. You will develop 4 or 5 families that will become a clan. Will you be willing to do this? Would you be willing to dig up somebody to sell their boob job on the black market to somebody? Because there is a collector out there. Just think, we're digging up mummies that's 3,000 years old. We're digging all this up in the name of archaeology. But they're still being dug up. They're still being put in the museums. Grave robbers gets called grave robbers because they're taking from it and they're selling what they get to make money. Some of them is strictly survival. If you've seen some of these countries, you've seen some of the lifestyles they are. Sometimes a few little $1,000 can survive. For them, $600 a year is a lot of money.
Hey, just think about it though. When shit does hit the fan, there ain't gonna be no paper money or anything. So basically what you're looking for is a different kind of currency.
Oh, yes.
You know, jewelry, diamonds, stones, emeralds, you know, anything that can be like any kind of currency. And the amazing thing is too though, you may actually be able to find stuff that you can survive with. I don't know, a coat.
Just like this here. This here is marble. Think about it. What would someone give you for this? Some rich, eccentric, crazy son of a gun. How much would they give you for this marble here? For their craftsman tools? How much would they give you for what's in there? Just think about it. Someone that can afford to build this. A person was born in 1857, another one was born in 1867. Think about it. Look at this door. How much would you give for something like this?
I ain't gonna give that for it. I'm gonna call that home.
But that's true. Well, that's true. This here is, this glass here is probably, the latest person was born in here was 1933. So this glass here has got to be estimated around 100 years old. This here, this door has got to be estimated 100 years old. This had to be built way before these people passed away. Think about it. This was probably built in the early 1900s. So grave robbing can become a lifestyle for many people, as it already is around the world in order to survive. If I had a choice, and in an SHTF situation, it sounds bad, But in some of these areas where many of the rich and wealthy are buried with the jewels, with everything, if I had a choice whether my family, my children, my grandchildren would eat or not off of that one ring, I'd have to pray to God and ask for a lot of forgiveness. But it'd be something you'd be very tempted to do. So would you rob the graves of the dead who's been buried for a long time?
Well, just think about it. Just want to say this one other thing. Just think about it for a second. They're dead. They ain't got no use for none of it. They're dead.
Their bodies, according to the Bible, says their spirit has left them. Their soul is gone. That is the shell, that is the remains.
And then if you're atheist, then you definitely know that there's just, all it is just a shell of a body
It's just
there.
a shell, and atheists don't believe in heaven, they don't believe in hell.
But they know that body ain't got nothing to do with anything. There ain't nothing in that body.
So would you do it? Would you feel comfortable enough? I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm going to tell you what. In
I would.
an shtf situation, if push come to shove, I probably would. Push come to shove, and I was willing to get past that zombie infestation or the virus infestation, if I knew that I got family that's starving, I got children that's starving, and it's a choice between digging and getting what's in there, and taking a chance and selling it to some of these so-called whatever for some food to feed my family, I probably would. I know it sounds gross.
Well, just think about it too, though. You know, of course, I may piss some people off by saying this, but you've got a lot of military vets out here, and think about what those people are usually buried with. When I die, bury me with my guns.
Back in the time, that's the way it was. Now, of course, they don't let them not do it, but back in the time, there's people that still collect military stuff. They collect swords. They collect even the boots off the dead person. They will collect it. They will collect the buttons. The buttons can be the medals.
You make a lot of stuff out of that stuff, and a lot of
Some
useful
these
things, and got a lot of good
so-called
protection
high-ranking
too.
Officials, some of them that's captains or whatever, they probably pay you for the whole body. Now, isn't that something? In an shtf situation, so I'm asking you, would you become a grave robber to take care of your family, to take care of your clan? Would you risk getting past the zombie apocalypse or the virus outbreak or whatever else is happening? Would you take a chance and break in here and take parts off of this, take from the grave? Would you do it? They've been doing it since the beginning of time. Archaeologists robs the grave, put them in a museum. There's a difference, they say. We do it so everybody can see it. A lot of the grave robbers do it to take care of their families. And they're just, some of them flat out just money hungry.
And then you got some who just like doing weird things to them.
Oh, that's another story. But the thing is, all of this out here, all the time frame, all the dates, is something to think about. Now this one here, there's not even a date on that one. Why, I don't know. For whatever reason is, maybe she got married again. Maybe she decided to be buried somewhere else. Something else happened.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have a death date on there.
I guess one. Yeah.
Maybe they just didn't know when she died.
They might have not have. This one here passed away 1931, born 1852.
Well, since that's probably a good risk, that's probably her husband right there. It'd probably be kind of a safe bet to say that they probably died pretty close around the same time.
Possibility. But there's tombstones back here even older. When you get up like in places like New Orleans, New York, some of these other, California with these high dollar fancy graves and all this stuff.
Pasadena.
Oh, just think about it. Would you head up there and steal some of that stuff? Shoot. Would you get past that zombie apocalypse? So let me know, would you become a grave robber to feed your family? Would you have enough nerve to take those stuff off those dead people? Would you pray over them and say, God, forgive me, before you did it? Would you say, sorry, my family comes first, you're dead? Would you bury them, rebury them, be respectful and bury them back and say a prayer over? What would you do? So let me know. In an shtf situation, would you become a grave robber to take care of your family? So I want you to be safe, be happy. Bless you all.